Alrighty, what is quacking, everyone? So, a while ago, I decided to do a Splatoon no-hit run live on my stream at Yum42, twitch.tv/Yum42, and I did this with Kirby and the Forgotten Land last year, so I decided to do it this year with Splatoon 3, and I'm also working on a Zelda no-hit as well, coming in the future when I finish that. My life hurts. But anyways, I decided to do this. I wanted to kind of do something of note in this game. I wanted to really push myself and see what I could do. Some of that wasn't in the realm of competitive or overfishing and salmon run or something. So I was like, I'm gonna beat the story without getting hit. And it was a journey, to say the least. So I'm gonna go over the rules here. So the rules of the challenge is very simple. I can't get hit at all. If I take any damage from an enemy, I restart the entire level all over again. And if I step in enemy ink, that does count as taking damage, so that again counts as a reset. And those are basically the rules that I abided by through this entire challenge, with a slight asterisk on it. I'll explain the asterisk a little bit later, but basically the entire rules is if I get hit, I start the level from the very beginning. No checkpoints allowed. So with the rules out of the way, basically how this beginning part of the challenge went, super easy. I got really baited because it gets pretty heated for certain levels, but for the most part there wasn't anything eventful. All these first areas were super easy. Even fighting against the giant octo guy at the very beginning, he was kind of a pushover. I was taken back by some of his attacks because obviously it's been a while since I fought against him after completing the game normally for the first time. But I also didn't count his tornado as hitting because it just covers the entire stage, and it doesn't count as damage in general, just slows you down. But otherwise, all of his other attacks kind of took me by surprise. I did manage to beat him after a couple tries though, but he was just basically a huge pushover. The first real challenge was me trying to do some funky dance moves and show off because I could. So this was kind of the first hurdle, is just learning how to dance and move my feet. I'm gonna be a Giga Chad. I'm a Giga Chad. I'm a Giga Chad. I'm a Giga Chad. I'm a Giga Chad. Oh, 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 the Chads! Damn it. Damn it. As fun as dancing was, I had a little bit of an issue with this one where I was about to beat it, but however, fate had other plans for me. Oh, oh. Oh my god! My skill knows no. Damn it! That doesn't count. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. Nope, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. Nope, that doesn't count because I got hit right at the end. I got hit right at the end, dude. No! No! After that heartbreaking situation there, I did manage to beat it after a couple more tries of trying to beat it. All those lines. Please have mercy on my little boy body. Oh, 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 let's go! Let's go! I told you I was gonna beat it that time without getting hit. Without getting hit. Let's go. Oh! After feeling myself pretty hard after that dance battle, nothing really took the cake for the rest of that entire area for the very first section. So I went through beating the first area without any issues, only 22 resets, not too bad, nothing too crazy. And I felt the complacency creeping in for this. After, some easy levels, I was like, hey, nothing could go wrong. This is going to be just an easy no-hit thing. And just to add to the complacency a little bit more as I was feeling myself, Fry wasn't that hard of a boss fight, honestly. Pretty easy, just dodging the eels and making sure that I'm aware of everything that I gotta do, dodge what I gotta dodge. Overall, pretty easy boss fight. Yes! Free, 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 free. Now, what are you seeing here? Oh, this isn't the stream gameplay. I streamed all of this. However, I lost the second stream of the second area that I did after I beat Fry. So I don't know how many deaths I had after this. I was going to go through and tally up everything at the end and go over my overall total death, but it's fine. I don't know all the deaths. I lost some footage and I thought I lost everything, but I didn't lose everything. I found everything that I needed to edit this entire video, but this section. This was the only level that I remembered from the stream that went missing. I accidentally deleted it. My bad. However, this level took me about 30 minutes. It was not the hardest level, and what you're seeing here right now is me replaying it, trying not to get hit, and I'm just going to talk about basically the normal strategy behind it. This first area is easy. You just charge it up and just kill everything. Just charge up the stamper, kill everything. And honestly, when I did this months ago, I was a significantly worse player than I am right now. I was not playing this proficient when I did this no-hit. Honestly, if I did this no-hit again, it would probably take me less time and I'd probably have less deaths. Will I do it again? No, because I value my sanity. But basically, for the most part, this is kind of the easiest section. Just kill everything, make sure you play safe, breaking down the boxes and everything. And this wasn't the hardest part at all. The hardest part is the ending of this stage. So keep in mind how I always had to reset after I got hit. Yeah, that would be it basically. Just imagine going through this entire stage multiple times for 30 minutes. You always get to the end, but nope, you just get hit. And I'm going to cover a couple of the areas that actually, took me some time to get through. So this first section was kind of a pain, and basically my whole strategy was just throw curling bombs, use my curling bombs, get it charged up a little bit, and just try and blow them all up. Blow the guy off the tower and just kill them. It's pretty simple now that I think about it, but I struggled when I first did this. As you can see, I got hit, and that's how you know you can get hit, is if they see you, it's kind of over. So that's the super annoying part about that section, is you can get hit if they notice you. So I wanted to actually do it without getting hit, to just kind of like show it. So I sped up this footage a little bit just to kind of show the process of just throwing out the curling bombs, and it's all about being patient too. And if you get lucky and they get close enough, you can just, charge up and get a free kill. It's a little difficult though to like constantly do this, but after a certain amount of, luck, RNG, making sure that you charge everything up properly, you can even get some charge swings in from a distance if you're lucky enough. But you always want to make sure that you're keeping the paint on them and everything. And yep, it's that simple. Now, these final two sections were a massive pain. I was struggling against the sniper the whole time, but if you use the curling bombs correctly or you strafe around correctly, you can kill the sniper pretty easily. And this last part is such a pain with these octolings. It's just so annoying. My strategy was to just kind of hang back in the back. So hanging out in the back, just throwing out curling bombs and just trying to like ease them in. I wish I had the original footage of this, because I know what I did to like save this was like kind of crazy. I jumped off the railings and back in. So that was pretty sick. But for the most part, this is kind of the strategy. Just, let them approach and just kind of like you can use the railings to your advantage if you jump up on them like that. And just kind of bait them, constantly throwing out curling bombs. Or there's different methods as well. If you're very proficient with this weapon, I'm sure you can easily kill them without getting hit. I'm still not proficient with stampers, but again, if I was to do this again, it'd probably take me less time and be super easier, because I've been playing a lot more recently and, not, doing other stuff. But besides that, this was a pretty tough section. Took me like about half an hour, 45 minutes to beat, and there was a lot of screaming and rage and detest for this, but it doesn't compare to the next section that I'm about to show you with massive amounts of pain. Now, before I get into probably the hardest, most agonizing, or maybe even the second most agonizing part, I want to show off this part, because it took me a minute to get past this part as well, but I managed to do it with this strat. I was still trying to learn a few things, like, if I was like coming up out of the ink and stuff like that, but I managed to beat this part, which I was very proud of. Oh, I did it! Let's go! I'm a god! Oh! Oh my god, I did it! Now, this was about the third day that I was doing this challenge, and so far everything had been a breeze. There have been some couple stages that have given me an issue. I forgot to put up the death counter, but, I'm not sure how many this stage took for me, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared for the torment, the pain that this stage was about to put me through. I didn't realize the amount of spanking I was going to receive, okay? I didn't know that I was about to be in for a horror movie that was in real life. I can't describe the amount of pain and agony I felt when doing this stage. Oh, little old me thought it would only take me, I don't know, another 45 minutes or so. I thought I was gonna beat this easy and just go to the gym with my brother afterwards. I was wrong. I missed the gym this day because of this stage. This stage did not like me at all. This stage was basically the epitome of getting smacked and beat for your lunch money in school, okay? It's like when you open a pack of gum in class and everyone surrounds you, but instead of asking politely and you saying no, they all punch you in the face and take your gum by force. That is what this stage was, and it was brutal and hellish. I was like, this was the one that I was like, oh, there's this one stuck out to me the most because I had a hard time with this one when I was playing through the story mode the first time. This is what you're dealing with? Damn it! Ugh! Please stay away from me. Please back away. 6 feet COVID. 6 feet COVID. Please. Please. God damn it. I know my battery's low. Don't tell me. God. No, I stepped back into the end. Damn it. I don't even know why. It's not. I'm not having a good time right now. God damn it. My morale was starting to wane here, and this was the hardest part. These two octolings right here were the hardest part. No! Why didn't you die? Oh my god, I shot a Trizuka at your face! Oh my god. Now, this was definitely the hardest part right here. Just these two octolings, I just couldn't get past them. I tried so hard, and I just did everything I could, and it was just agonizing. Pain. It was like walking on hot coals. But then finally, I had a miracle. I got him! Let's go! Oh my god, finally! I got them both! Yes! Finally, after almost an hour and a half of playing and grinding, I managed to beat them. I killed them from shooting them from a distance with the fall off of a Trizuka. So I played it safe. I was right at the end of the level. I was right there. I could taste it. I could taste the flavor, the rainbows, everything. I was elated, to say the least. And, I would like to say this was it right here. But then there's some that spawn up there, and I was ready. I felt like I could handle this, and I just hung back and just shot them from afar. After finally clearing out everything, finally finishing off all of the octolings, just sitting up here, look at me, just perched up like a hawk, and I see my final targets right there, and I'm just patiently shooting at them, guiding one, the other one, just one left, and then I'm free. I'm free from this cursed stage after an hour and a half, already telling my brother, leave me, go to the gym without me. I did it. I was ready for it, and then tragedy. There's no way. I just threw. I literally just threw. Oh my god! Why? Why? Yep, I threw. I slowed the footage down so you can see that split second of me just failing and throwing, and my heart was shattered. When I had started that hellish stage, I was around 8 hours and 19 minutes. By the time I threw, it had been over an hour of just me trying to beat this stage, and I had to go for another hour. I proceeded to spend not only 1 hour, but almost 2 hours left of just me playing and failing the stage. I was starting to know what insanity truly meant while grinding away at this stage for so long. Just endless, repeated head banging, but I persevered through all of this. I stayed strong as hard as I could to constantly keep beating these octolings into oblivion, to just keep running through the stage until maybe, just maybe, I got that one lucky run to do it. And then hope finally happened. Got one. I got both of them. Let's go. Let's go. Finally. Oh my God. And now it's just smooth sailing. And now it's just smooth sailing. I'd finally beaten those two octolings again. Those were the only things that were standing against me in victory for the past 2 hours. Again, I started at 8 hours and 19 minutes in. The clock is now at 11 hours and a minute in. I finally made it to the area I've been waiting for so long. My redemption after throwing it all away into the gutter. Throwing away my hopes and dreams, my fantasies, everything I had going for me in life down the drain. It was now finally my time to redeem myself. And I did. I finally redeemed myself. Yes! Finally! Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Finally! Oh my God! I finally did it! Yes! Finally, after 2 hours! Oh my God! Oh my God, I did it! Oh. Oh, I did it! I finally did it! And it's not even the end of the run! Oh! After finally beating the stage, I said to myself, I should probably stop. But I didn't. I kept going. I did one more stage before I ended the day here on this stage. This stage only took me a couple tries, but my God, if that wasn't the hardest part of this run, I don't know what is, besides the next couple parts of this run. So I don't know. It just felt so good to finally beat it, but it wasn't over yet. The run wasn't over because there was still more to go. Now up next was the big man fight. It was pretty easy overall, and I forgot to cover this earlier, but I did the shiver fight. I think it only took me one try for the shiver fight. All the boss fights in this entire run, super easy as long as you just play how you're supposed to play and just focus up. Weren't too hard, took me a couple tries for big man, but otherwise, not a big deal with any of the boss fights. It's just now the end of the game is where things kind of get into a little twist. Now, this is where I also got jebaited by the game. The game had me on a roller coaster at this point. This first stage right here for the ending, super easy. Wasn't really anything about it. Just, you know, it's like this first area is like a stealth basically. So it's like, okay, just, you know, do what you're supposed to do. Just run through, take it slow, easy. I didn't have any problems. I did this first try, so it wasn't too bad. And same thing with the second part of the tower as well. Super easy, just breezed right through it, used all the super abilities because they just hand it to you. And that's pretty much it. It was just fairly simple, nothing too crazy. So I just kind of blew through the first 2 parts with ease. It's the third area that gets kind of, it's where I started to lose my sanity again. And that is actually where I questioned if I could beat this challenge or not, is this third area. And this is where I also had to, unfortunately, I guess, change the rules to a degree for the most part. I started off with a hard head of like, oh, I don't like, if I fail any one of these, I got to start from the beginning. But it got to a point where it was taking me about 3 minutes to get to these areas, like from the start. And then also it banked on the fact that I didn't get hit for the first or second area, which I did a couple times after beating them first try. I did, you know, struggle a little bit, but it just got to a point where I didn't want to waste anyone else's time. I wanted this to still be entertaining, and it's not like I didn't beat those stages before. I just was doing the option where if you hit start, you can just skip the stage, go to the next one, and it takes you all the way up to the one that you haven't beaten yet, which is what I ended up doing for this because it was just taking so long to get back here. And I did the same thing with the Grizzco fight, like getting up to Mr. Grizz is I would just start from there because it would take about 10 minutes through all of the cutscenes. But I'll explain more about that later. But this area right here is where I thought the run was about to become impossible, wasn't able to do it because of how much it just threw at you. It was just very brutal. There would be stuff that spawns up on this first platform right here, and you have to manage that. And then there's also a machine gunner at the end. And then this platform was the hardest one because I had to just focus on how I was going to do everything. I just splashed down for the most part. But then trying to kill this guy up here was an absolute pain. But I managed to like kind of snake him with a bomb. But then there was another one up there that dropped down, and I had to figure out how to kill them. But fortunately, after scouting and thinking on it for a little bit, because I didn't complete this in one sitting like I did the other one. This one, again, like I said, I just felt like this might have been the end of the run. So I ended up ending stream shortly after just, you know, scouting out the front and figuring it out for the most part. But then I came up with the strat for this. So my strat that I finally found out after a while, I didn't really understand that you could swap between both specials, such as the tiny small fry and any of your other subs. So I learned by thinking about it, I was like, oh, what if I just like, can I do that? So I tested it and it worked. I threw out the small fry and I would just throw out bombs and use the small fry as a distraction, which worked flawlessly. And I got this run right here where I finally got it all done, and I was so excited about it and jazzercised. Oh my god, did I just do it? Did I just do it? Ah! Ah! I did it! I did it! Let's go! I knew my strat would work! First try! New strat! After successfully completing that and emerging victorious from the third area, I decided to keep pushing forward, and I was determined to finish this entire thing on this day, and I tried so hard in the next area, but I had a slight blunder. Well, that's how that ends. I did end up managing to beat this section, though, pretty swiftly shortly after those blunders, that singular blunder. But then I came on to this other area, and it wasn't the best either. No! Oh my god, I knew I should have handled this better. I knew I should have handled that better. With that unfortunate death, I still managed to come back and beat that. It took me a couple more tries, though, after that. And unfortunately, I have to beat the previous area to get back to that location. But I did manage to end up coming out on top and clearing that area and climbing my way up to face off against the big baddie, the humongous fuzzy wuzzy, the man who hires and fires us, Mr. Grizz. Now, Mr. Grizz was no pushover. This and fire fight was just absolutely brutal. And this was also where I changed one of the rules to where if I got hit while at Mr. Grizz, I would just jump off and restart from the previous checkpoint. Why did I change that rule? Because this took forever to do. And when I mean forever, I mean it took about 10 to 15 minutes for me to get all the way back to this fight. And as I said earlier, I wanted this to just be entertaining and just wanted people to enjoy themselves and, you know, just show off that I could still do something without getting hit. So I kind of took the Kirby and the Forgotten Land route where I would just jump off the map. I wouldn't start from the beginning. I just jumped off because the only way to restart this was to go through all the levels again. Like even just skipping, it took about 10 minutes with all the cutscenes. So it was just completely obnoxious to do. So I just opted for, if I got hit, I would just jump off and call it a day and restart from the last checkpoint because I wasn't going to sit here for 10 minutes. And that's honestly where a lot of the time towards the end of this run started to rack up, is some of it was just cutscenes and me just, you know, not actually playing the game. It was just cutscenes and skipping. So I opted for that decision. It was an okay decision. I would probably do it again if I had to, just to make, you know, things easier and it to be more entertaining for everyone to watch live. So yeah, but without further ado, the Grizz fight, where I finally tell that fuzzy chubby wubby that I'm in control, these eggs are mine, and he owes me money. He owes me back pay from Splatoon 2, he owes me money from Splatoon 3, and I'm out here working so hard. So you know what? Mr. Grizz owes me money, and I'm gonna clap his cheeks without him even laying a hand on me. I bobbed and weave through this first fight, this first section. I just kept having to go back and forth. Patience was inside of me, making sure that I didn't get hit. And I absolutely just managed to finally take the first wave off of him. But I knew there was a second wave. I had to go through so much more than just this first section, and I was ready for it. My mind was focused. I went through, I got on the Suck Vac Master Super Master 5000 machine and proceeded to scrub all of the ooze off of his fur, showing him that I am the master of my own destiny. Inklings make their own fate, as I proceeded to just constantly spew the ooze off of him and cleanse him of his impurities, because I wasn't going to lose to this filthy bear who owed me money and overworks his employees. We make the Salmon Run Union. Oh, I got him! I got him! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I got him! I got him! Break! Break! This was it. My final moments, standing up for the Salmon Run Workers Union to show them that Mr. Grizz will not overwork his employees and that I cannot take damage and become a god. Let's go! Oh god, I'm not shooting him. I'm not shooting him. Oh god. This time. Oh my god! And that's it. I finally beat Splatoon 3 without getting hit. It was definitely a roller coaster of challenge and bait. There were a lot of the beginning levels and early levels just made me feel overconfident and cocky to the point that it cost me severely a lot of time and mental power. But I did it. I beat the entire Splatoon 3 story mode without getting hit. And some of you might be going, you did After Alterna, right? No, I didn't, because I'm not that insane. Maybe at a future date, who knows. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out. Have a good day. Fantastic day. Don't forget to subscribe and follow all my stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.